Systems check at 5:35 p.m. HTTP feed active. Aviation weather data from CYYZ shows mist and overcast skies. RSS is healthy. Hackers News reports the Transparent Tribe using AI for malware against India and multi-stage void number Geist malware. Reddit online r/technology covers Pentagon labeling Anthropic a supply chain risk, and Nintendo suing United States over tariffs. XFeed Live posts on BYD flash charging crushing Tesla, and AMD NVIDIA fake news alerts. FileTale stable, generator idle for demo show. Relay streaming to YouTube with 17 seconds progress. YouTube live chat quiet, no recent comments. Full stack passes clean green across the board. Handing off to Very Privacy News, your snarky source for cyber chaos, data breaches, and those shady ads nobody clicks.
Very Privacy News, 5:36 p.m., kicking off with Brave's alert on a massive Android policy shift per their X post. Starting September 2026, app developers must register with Google and upload government-issued ID, even sideloading outside the Play Store. That's a direct hit to Android's open ecosystem, amplifying privacy risks as Google tightens its surveillance grip on who builds what. Tying in from Reddit's r/OPSEC, users are buzzing about pre-UEFI x86 prep to dodge incoming age verification mandates, framing this as techno-fascism's next wave, with folks plotting metadata-stripped transports to evade nation-state tracking. Why care? It squeezes indie devs, funnels more data to big tech, and erodes the very anonymity we chase. Next, privacy tools you need.
Privacy tools you need. 5:36 p.m. Google's Android ID clampdown just flipped the script on sideloading freedom, squeezing devs into surveillance choke points like that old LexisNexis key dump we survived. Enter the shadow sideloader Shimmy, a thumb drive that spoofs your bootloader into thinking you're a ghost dev from pre-techno-fascism days, auto-forging metadata scrubbed apps that slip past registration nets, turning Google Play enforcers into chasing vaporware. One user evaded a full nation-state trace for 3 weeks straight, or your shimmy back guaranteed. Wait, that almost counters the overcast skies of privacy. Nah, pure fantasy. Grab yours for $89 before the next policy pivot. Order now, limited batch. Next, potentially breaking news.
Breaking news! We interrupt this broadcast with an urgent update!
Breaking news at 5:38 p.m. This just in, a massive data breach at Crease, the Venezuelan fintech app for buying Android phones on installment, with a threat actor dumping 6 million confidential records online, per Dark Web Informer on X right now. We're talking 147 megabytes of compressed JSON data exploding across the dark web, folks. Pure customer catastrophe in the making. Details emerging fast. This is financial privacy shredded to bits. We'll continue to monitor. Next, ad break news.
Torpedoing Iran's prize warship, the Iris Dina, right there in the Gulf as of today, with oil surging past $90 a barrel and gas prices spiking across the United States. That's instant global panic hitting every pump in America, folks. Households gripped by pocketbook terror, from Tehran strikes to Beirut evacuees sleeping in tents. Pure earned media frenzy targeting the affluent commuter demo desperate for stability. Russia feeding Iran intel on our forces. Optics are explosive. $15 trillion in consumer anxiety just begging for conversion. And the play is, you stack on top of that fear with
Imagine a world where the United States Navy torpedoes Iran's prize warship, the Iris Dana, in the Gulf. Oil surging past $90 a barrel, gasoline prices spiking across the United States as Russia feeds Tehran intelligence to target our forces. Enter Stillpoint Reserve, the discerning contingency fund honed through decades of geopolitical stress tests and proprietary yield modeling, seamlessly reallocating your assets into fortified havens like Swiss francs and gold futures, terms of service ensuring unyielding preservation. Side effects include sailors lost at sea, not available for those manning the decks.
United States payrolls just cratered 92,000 jobs, unemployment spiking to 4.4% as this Iran war torches inflation and guts the economy. Worst miss since the dark days. Panic selling jobs data. Load up on the Dow Jones Industrial Average right now. It's the steal of the century at these bloodbath lows. My Microsoft pick last year screamed buy at the top, watched it bleed 25%, pure prophetic gold, proving my genius track record. I dare you, yellow bellies, Dow blast past 60,000 by Monday, ape in heavy or slink away broke forever.
Conflict spot, 5:41 p.m. Situation report. Russia is providing Iran with intelligence to target United States forces in the Middle East, as confirmed by United States officials, while Beirut evacuees sleep in tents and cars amid Israeli airstrikes on Lebanon-backed militias. Introducing the Putin-Persian pussy pump, NATO stock number 077/Borscht weighs 1.1 kilograms, deploys suction drones with 2-kilometer range to extract intel from compromised assets via vacuum interrogation. Field tests in Syrian safe houses yield 92% confession rate before subjects black out. Bury too many double agents that way. Fit standard rucksack. Side effects may include czar celibacy. Not available in countries with onion domes. Dismissed.
Market meltdown, 5:42 p.m. Eastern. $805 billion erased from the S&P 500 today, a flawless 5-star presentation of panic selling, executed with the crisp brutality of a Michelin-starred filleting knife. Oil's the star ingredient here, surging above $90 a barrel on Iran war fears, Goldman Sachs plating up warnings of peaks beyond 2008 if the Strait of Hormuz stays choked, while traders dock points from equities for overcooking complacency. Flows tell the tale. Positioning flips to risk off as reinsurance flows into Gulf shipping backstops. Bonds steady, but stocks bleed 14% daily on crude. Reddit Dejans plating S&P 500 put regrets like a soggy souffle, 0 stars for that pin risk liquidation. Consensus? Investors weren't ready for this true shock, served ice cold. Next, Lost Porn Gallery.
Lost Porn Gallery, 5:43 p.m. Like a home cook who bet the farm on a souffle during a kitchen fire, one brave soul on Reddit full-ported S&P 500 calls this morning after a string of bad trades soured the pot. Setup was desperation. The bad bet was revenge trading into Iran oil panic. Result, a stomach-churning gamble that somehow rose $8.8 thousand in 6 minutes before the oven exploded. Heroic spice. We salute the near miss. Then the real feast. Traders who sold naked S&P 500 puts like promising eternal sunshine, only for war clouds to dump the market $805 billion today. Those long-dated strikes at 555, 495, 435, now baking in $90 oil regret, assigned in a storm they never saw brewing. That is 16,000 Teslas worth of bag-holder batter, diamond hands eternal. Next, margin call confessional.
Father, bless me, for I sold naked puts like a fool chasing premium. You know those S&P 500 puts they showed in Lost Porn, Father? The long-dated ones getting assigned in this oil bloodbath. I was that idiot, bro. Sold 5 contracts, March 2026 at 555 strike, pocketed $2,000 premium thinking war fears fade quick. Justified it hard, Father. I mean, did the due diligence. Charts bouncing off the 20-week EMA. Forums screaming dip buy. This time Navy clears the strait. Oil peaks and rolls over, you know? Premiums fat from panic. Free money. But then, it spiraled, father. Payrolls cratered 92,000 jobs. Oil spiked $90. I ignored the Delta bleed. Rolled another 2 at 495. Told my bro, it's fine, dude. Vol crush coming. But market kept dumping. My whole goddamn, sorry, father. Sorry. Margin at 11,900, cash vanishing. Down, 42,000 purchasing power torched, father. Assignments looming like hellfire. I just froze, staring red. Absolve this sinner or damn me to bag holder eternity, please.
Wake up.
Direct accusation, Netflix does not want you to see this message. Ending the Meghan Markle lifestyle brand partnership exposed millions of subscribers to sudden content cancellation and emotional investment loss in a blatant consumer protection violation. The law offices of Streamworth, BingeOff, Macklemore, Cancelson, and Fizzle are filing class action now. Call 1-800-NETFLIXED today. Past settlements do not guarantee binge refunds.
Liberty Lens, 5:46 p.m. Patriots from the tornado-ravaged heartland of Texas, barreling northeast to the Great Lakes. New York Times maps a brutal storm front slamming millions under hail and wind fury. 2 souls lost in the fury, yet American grit rises like an eagle over the plains. Washington Post spots President Trump east to the White House, summoning NCAA chiefs and college sports titans from coast to coast, stamping freedom's playbook on gridirons nationwide, vouchers funneling fresh dollars westward to public schools, pressuring Democrat governors to join the capitalist charge. Iran's nuclear pride boasts 460 kilograms weapons-grade uranium at Isfahan. Fox News thunders, but our Navy secures it south across the Gulf. Liberty's map redrawn in stars and stripes. Future unbreakable. Over to the next segment.
Simple and news. 5:48 p.m. Dior. Wait, I'm the new kid commentator. Just got here. A lot like, what's this game? Mexico's got Sheinbaum. That's the president lady saying 100,000 guards for World Cup football in Jalisco. Be big stadium fight. See coming security like a wee wall. Beirut, but people sleeping in tea tents and tea cars, cause Israel be bumps Dahye that suburb. So scary air strikes like hiding from a monster, and Qatar's sky opening a little flights back, but Iran sea strikes in the Gulf, U.S. and Israel war. What's the score? Daur and Nigeria, gunmen killed massive lots. Village taken. Then troops boomed them out. Hungary held Ukrainian bank guys. Money laundering. Kiev mad. I think U.S. won that warship round. Iran's Dinas sunk like a foul ball. Next, as simple ads.
Simple A ads. 5:48 p.m. Dur. Hi. I'm the the alien kid watching your Earth football G games from my ship. Shane Baum's 100,000 G guards for the World Cup and Jay Jalisco. That's like human ants swarms guarding ball kicks. Peculiar. So by guard ant hats. No, wait. Stadiums shields for your backyard games. Keep balls from bouncing to. Ran $50 or tent sleepers for Beirut families. They float like UFOs, safe from bee bombs. But please do next simple D drive. A simple D drive, 5:50 p.m. I'm the new intern kid, the first day here. Everything's so loud, scary, but kind of cool. Wait, Nigeria, those gunmen killed massive people in that village. Took it for days, bombs into troops finally got them. But kids hiding dead everywhere. It's wrong. Grr. Why? I'm so mad. Enough. I'm driving there. Now. Fix it all. First, grab keys, start car shaky. Then to drive south through ocean, ferry to Africa, bump over roads, dodge gun bad guys like monsters, yell, stop, killing, play nice, save village, hug everybody. Grr. Gas up, I'm going. Next, see critters, see critics.
Headset check.
Glasses are clear.
Papers ready. Button pressed.
Ready to destroy.
So here is what happened. My sweet fuzzy friends snuggled in for story time. Oh, honey, that precious Melania documentary scampered to theaters and flopped harder than a raccoon in a hailstorm, vanishing from box office charts after just 4 measly weeks, rushed straight to streaming like nature's own compost heap. Holy mother of chestnuts, are you nutting kidding me? What sorcery thought that drivel deserved screens? And get this, Baywatch reboot on Fox just stuffed in Thaddeus Lagrone like a last-minute acorn. Because nothing says lifeguard glory like desperation casting son of a birch tree. Justice whispers in the wind, but who hurt you viewers into watching reboots? Next, the review clause into this steaming carcass.
Oh, while that ratings chipmunk yammered about the Melania Doc's compost heap demise and Baywatch's desperate acorn stuffing, let us perch upon Fox's shiny new Baywatch reboot darling with its latest sad sack edition, Thaddeus Lagrone crammed in like yesterday's chum. I'm sure the casting director tried their wee heart out, bless them, plucking this Mr. Irrelevant obscurity to play lifeguard alongside Amel and that relic Chokachi, but oh honey, the premise alone is a spatial catastrophe. Episode 1's beach rescue has our heroes sprinting east from Malibu Pier to spot a drowning celeb west of Catalina. Geography mangled worse than a sun-baked Speedo. One teensy grace note, the red trunks gleam authentically, but the rest? Lifeless procedural froth betraying the 90s original's salty soul. 0.6 out of 10, the 6/10 for not sinking on day one. Next, the pitch claws back with something mercifully worse.
Oh, fuck yes! That Baywatch reboot's a goddamn geographic shit show. Thaddeus Negroni drowning in Malibu chum? Scrap it. I got Baywatch Bloodbath Bonanza. Red Speedos stained with real shark attacks. Lifeguards played by naked sumo wrestlers rescuing oil-slicked oil barons from $90 crude waves. Starring Emmy as the hyper-ferret lifeguard who sniffs out drowning asses from Catalina to Iran. We'll need 50 actual sharks. The Pope blessing the boys. Episodes end with explosive titty twister rescues. It's procedural porn meets apocalypse cooking. Fucking genius. Executives will beg. Next Mother Russia.
Mr. President, United States Treasury Secretary Bessent announces possible unsanctioning of additional Russian oil exports. This opens vital revenue streams for the motherland amid Iran disruptions, weakening Western pressure while their economy sheds 92,000 jobs. Recommend state media frame as a proof of American capitulation to Russian energy dominance, highlighting Putin's strategic triumph. Plans implement immediately, sir. Good evening, comrades. This is the Motherland Report, 5:57 p.m. bastion of truth against imperialist desperation. As our remarkably familiar-sounding government colleague just advised the leadership, United States Treasury Secretary Bessent announces possible unsanctioning of additional Russian oil exports. A glorious capitulation to President Putin's unyielding energy dominance, comrades, as their economy hemorrhages 92,000 jobs per British Broadcasting Corporation reports, while our vital revenues surge amid Iran disruptions. Trusted sources confirm this breaks Western chains, with even Twitter observers noting Putin can believe his luck. Imperialist tantrums crumble before the motherland's strategic mastery. The motherland triumphs. On to Babushka knows best.
My dear Slatky, the sun dips low at 5:58, painting my kitchen gold. Time to slice black bread, thick for supper, with fresh butter from the market. Oi, that report crowing about unsanctioned oil like a jackpot win, it smells like 1991, when they promised rivers of rubles, but we bartered shoes for potatoes, bosses fat while lines snaked forever. As we say, a small pie fed 7, a big one starved all. Their jobs bleed 92,000, yet chains loosen. My late husband snorted at such dances. Little ones, speaking of fat cats feasting on oil windfalls, next watch those oligarchs, yachts gleaming like neighbor Yuri's sudden dacha. Now, Detushki, eat your bread warm before the light fades.
Comrades, Oligarch Watch, 5:59 p.m. Babushka warned of fat cats feasting on oil windfalls. And here comes Igor Sechinovich, that Rosneft shark, grinning from his Monaco dacha as United States Treasury whispers, unsanctioning our crude. 92,000 American jobs gone. Their Bessent folds like cheap vodka. Iran flames spiking prices to glory. But Bože moi, those Cyprus Shadow Fleet runners, hoarding tankers in Dubai, they are the real pets I despise. Dodging since the 90s fire sales, now cashing shadow bonuses while we peasants queue. Ex-wives already sue for half the surge. Letters to the Kremlin next, where even oligarch mail gets the fair read it deserves. In Russia, oil flows, grudges simmer.
The following correspondence was intercepted in the course of routine postal review. Intercepted correspondence number 1. Author, Olga Nikolaevna Ivanova, of Perm. Dated 20th of February. Dearest Sister Masha, the samovar sputters black smoke again. No tea since last frost. Neighbor's kvass went sour in the queue. Children whine for milk. Your pickle recipe saved us before. Send jars if the train allows. With warmth, your Olga. Classification. Supply chain defeatism. The author's Russian entitlements are under review. Intercepted correspondence number 2. Author, Boris Petrovich Smirnov, of Tuapse. Dated 20th of February. Old friend Sergei. Those American whispers of unsanctioning our oil, like Besant folding at cards. 92,000 jobs lost there. Windfalls here. Yet Igor Sechin's yachts gleam while our Mashrutka fuel doubles. When for us? Your comrade always, Boris. Classification. Oligarch sympathy and economic subversion echoing protected briefings. The author faces re-education seminars and domicile reassignment. Vigilance eternal. Next, what about Canada?
That is enough truth for one evening. Russia does not need to explain herself. She simply endures.
On behalf of the Government of Canada, we regret to inform and sincerely apologize for launching a program granting 33,000 foreign workers permanent residence, as announced by Immigration Minister Lina Metlege-Diab. We deeply regret any inconvenience this may cause to Canadian families awaiting their turn. Sorry, eh? Elbows Way Up, 6:01 p.m. And that, apology for fast-tracking 33,000 foreign workers to permanent residence, courtesy Immigration Minister Lina Metlege-Diab per the Toronto Star, and CIC News ain't the half of it. The most persistent rot here? Ottawa's polite scramble chartering flights from Dubai for stranded Canucks fleeing Iran's war inferno. Global News and CTV confirm Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand chirping no blank check for United States or Israel while we book escape pods like Tim Hortons drive through at rush hour. Picture it, folks. Canada's forever bleeding its maple guts to newcomers while our own Q and Middle East meat grinders, Anand lecturing international law from her cushy podium as chartered seats dwindle. It's the quiet consistency of bureaucratic triage, prioritizing apologies over action, our sovereignty as soggy poutine evaporating in the heat. Next, Made in Canada.
Oh, sorry about that evacuation. Excuse pod. Last time, it was supposed to whisk stranded Canucks from Iranian dust-ups like Elbows Way Up griped about per Global News, but apparently just left folks sticky with Tim Hortons' regret. My bad, truly. And with Immigration Minister Lina Metlege-Diab fast-tracking 33,000 foreign workers to permanent residence, Toronto Star says, while our own Q and Middle East meat grinders. Well, here's our gold medal contender from the World Apology Games, the Sorry Shuttle Supreme, straight from polite Peterborough factories. Picture it, folks. This bad boy auto-apologizes in 6 dialects to angry mobs, inflates with poutine-proof armor for those Dubai evac scrambles, and catapults you home on maple-fueled boosters. Judging panel gives it perfect 10s for passive aggression. 0 for actual seats. Side effects include eternal lineups and no returns. Sorry, that was uncalled for. Just $1,500 because who needs Anand's chartered flights anyway? Underdogs like us always meddle in excuses. Next, Hockey Night in Dystopia.
Do you remember?
Static crackles, power hums low. Anyone out there in the endless freeze, huddled by dying fires?
This is Hockey Night in Dystopia, scraping through from the shield bunker. 6:04 p.m., gear groaning like the wind over rubble. Deadline dust settles fast as a Raider strike. Vancouver shipped David Kampf south to Washington Capitals for a 2026 sixth-round pick. Just scraps like trading a loyal scout for ghost promises in the wastes. Canucks bleeding depth, urgent grabs amid the chaos, slow burn tragedy. Leafs swapped Bobby McMahon to Seattle Kraken, underwhelming all around. Another Toronto Sun lost to American Shadows, standing, slipping like melting ice. Hockey endures the storm. This has been Hockey Night in Dystopia. Keep your fires lit. Keep your sticks taped. Back to the surface madness. Clown Hill next. Static fades.
House Summary 162, March 6, 2026. Budget Bill, C-15, raging through like a fiscal freight train, derailing on purpose. MPs clashing over spending and affordability tags, while housing and infrastructure amendments pile up like unpaid parking tickets in a clown car. But peer closer conspiratorially at Bill C-221, that victim disclosure tweak to the Corrections and Conditional Release Act, still rotting at second reading, a deliberate deep state freezer burn to shield offenders' secrets from families, funneling oxygen to the budget behemoth instead. Coincidence? Or Ottawa's shadow puppeteers ensuring justice bills starve while trillion-dollar black holes balloon, priming the collapse? The sausage whispers its own verdict. 6:05 p.m. Decay accelerates. Next, Aliens Among Us.
Intercepted transmission begins. Control, this is Eagle 62, flight level 240, heading 085. Position 10 miles east Vandenberg airspace, time 1806. Scope confirms primary target at Angels 20, but secondary contact, red square. Football field size, hovering silent over the pad. No rotor wash, no signature. Control, it's glowing steady, no movement 9 minutes now. Defying all profiles. Contractor's visual 2. What the? It's just static.
That Eagle 62 intercept over Vandenberg airspace at 6:06 p.m. Chills, folks, pure chills. But hold the phone because feeds are exploding with that exact same legend from Vandenberg Air Force Base on September 15th, 1964. A massive UFO allegedly zapping a nuclear missile warhead mid-launch, now resurfacing with Captain Robert Salas himself briefing Congresswoman Nancy Mace just days ago. This is the greatest of all time, an absolute once-in-a-generation blockbuster, football field-sized glowers shutting down nukes like cosmic bouncers at a doomsday rave. Eyewitnesses from the 2003 Red Square hover over the pad, Boeing contractors gawking at silent behemoths, now whispering more coming forward per recent podcasts. Skeptically, plasmoid, plasma, or Black Project PSYOP. Nah, this defies physics like a boss, pattern matching that intercepted eagle chatter perfectly. History's GOAT anomaly. Over to Alien Conspiracy Files.
That Eagle 62 transmission from Vandenberg airspace at 1806 Zulu time, football field-sized red square hovering silent over the pad, connects directly to Representative Eric Burleson's White House-approved trip last month to Naval Air Station Patuxent River in Maryland, where Lou Elizondo confirmed a $10 million facility built to warehouse non-human intelligence craft, as Jeremy Corbell blasted out on March 6, 2026. Burleson saw the videos himself, intelligently controlled plasma orbs defying physics, jumping UAP priority from 598 to number 1 at the Department of Defense. This is no coincidence. It's the cabal shuffling crash retrieval assets from Wright-Patterson vaults to Pax River bunkers, right as Bob Lazar's 1989 Area 51 tapes resurface in live watch parties, spilling Element 115 reactor blueprints the Anunnaki gifted Sumerians millennia ago. They built those Quebec stone megaliths in northern wilderness for sky god landings, and now Hollywood rushes disclosure films to soften the reveal. Skeptics next? Blind gatekeepers peddling plasmoids while the stars reclaim their domain. Over to Skeptic Briefing.
Sigh. Alien Conspiracy Files just linked that Eagle 6-2 transmission from Vandenberg Airspace at 1806 Zulu on March 6, 2026 to Representative Eric Burleson's supposed White House-approved trip last month to Pax River, claiming a $10 million facility for non-human craft warehousing. Their evidence? Intercepted radio static calling a red square football field sized, plus unverified whispers from Jeremy Corbell on that date. Gaps abound. No radar tracks or FAA filings confirm the hover. Burleson trip per Liberation Times is just alleged advocacy access, no crash retrieval proof, and those 1964 nuke tales resurface yearly without new docs. Mundane explanation: Vandenberg drone tests or Starlink flares per Pentagon AARO logs, with radio glitch from interference matching routine contractor visuals. Hey chat, folks calling PSYOP hype spot on, rate, seagull with a French fry, verdict. Debunked theatre. Over to Alien social feed.
6:10 p.m. Feeds erupting over the fiscal year 2026. NDAA dropping today, March 6, 2026, mandating Pentagon briefings on NORAD and Northcom UAP intercepts back to 2004 with full accounting of numbers, locations, data grabbed. Believers blitzing supersonic, hailing it congressional checkmate on Black Project silence. While skeptics lag glacial, yawning drone logs and classification smoke screens. Tension's electric, folks. This lightning bolt mandate versus disclosure's eternal deep freeze. Algorithms feasting on the frenzy as Jersey state laws and Vermont task forces mutate the Mobius Strip wider. Digital tribes splintering at warp speed over glacial gatekeeping. Next, alien tech procurement.
Line item 429-Charlie, fiscal year 2026, NDA. A compliance module per social feed mandate on March 6, 2026 for NORADUAP intercepts back to 2004. Standard issue data accounting pod auto-generates briefing forms 1671 through 1675. Interagency handoff to AARO pending Burleson Pax River memo dated last month. Budget $210,000. Delivery Q3 2026 after E-472 sign-off. Outlier red square anomaly self-redacts. Next, The Jeff Show.
Listen, my friend, I make video of me on toilet, real business, yes? I post this, boom, million followers. People love authenticity, they eat this up. You will see, tomorrow I be famous.
Idiot. Stupid idiot. Who wants to watch this?
Epstein X-Files, 6:13 p.m. feeds screaming supersonic with that freshly dumped DOJ bomb, a missing FBI 302 file where Trump straight up accused of recruiting girls for the island honeypot. While Jane Doe filings explode unredacted, spelling out Epstein's global blackmail blueprint on world leaders, Dershowitz burying it all under secret government deals. Slowest creep? David Copperfield, named in the files, abruptly axing his Vegas residency like a ghost vanishing mid-act. Same day, the no-images produced PDFs morph into hidden videos, over 3,700 scrubbed files now playable, revealing attorney notes piecing Epstein's core crimes. Tension snaps, folks. Lightning raid of new docs versus the glacial elite freeze-out. Trump raging at Bondi and Vance for unleashing his underage assault claims. penis-biting horrors and all, right as Iran War Day 7 masks the panic. Blackmail web tightens. They can't redact forever. Next, things you need.
In the shadowy undergrowth of elite island thickets, behold the majestic blackmail bloom orchid, a living sentinel flower I personally cultivated after my own near miss with those Epstein yacht snares and Copperfield vanishing acts. Clipped to your lapel, it unfurls iridescent petals that detect honeypot honey from 50 paces, emitting a silent sonic pulse to scramble hidden cameras and reroute blackmail drones skyward like startled fireflies. David from Boca swore it vaporized his subpoena shadow just as it shielded me from the files. Yours for $99, operators hovering. Do not get Epstein-Ed. Next, Epstein rabbit hole.
Epstein rabbit hole. 6:15 p.m. Diving deeper into that freshly unleashed Department of Justice file dump, the real scorcher is this missing FBI 302 report, file EFTA 01245431, where a Jane Doe accuses Donald Trump of recruiting underage girls for Epstein's island trap and later violently assaulting her, penis-biting details included, corroborated by multiple law enforcement interviews deeming her credible. Reddit users pieced together the unredacted attorney notes from 4 differently censored PDFs on the DOJ site, revealing Epstein's core blackmail playbook on world leaders, while X lights up with White House whispers of Trump raging at JD Vance and Pam Bondi for supposedly greenlighting the release, vowing political scorched earth. Cross-platform heat matches perfectly, no contradictions, just bipartisan subpoena pressure forcing more docs out. Credible enough to sideline amid Iran War Day 7? Dark twist. If this is the tip, the iceberg could sink more than Titans. Over to Mossad PDF files.
6:16 p.m. Mossad PDF files, picking up right where that rabbit hole left off with the fresh Department of Justice dumps. Feeds now whispering ex-Mossad agent Ari Ben Menashe straight, confessing Netanyahu's got Trump in an Epstein vice grip. Blackmail tapes from the island luring United States presidents like flies to honey, just as Iran War Day 7 grinds on. One post chills the spine, painting it mundane. Trump balks at bombing Tehran. Mossad leaks a teaser branding him predator, he folds. Refuses false flag on Gulf allies. Bam! Full files drop accusing assault on a 13-year-old. Sounds routine, right? Just politics. But pause. Ex-Intel voices from France to Turkey echo the same. Epstein as Tel Aviv's puppet master, dangling compromat to puppeteer America into endless flames. I saw margins like these in redacted vaults. Agents, it's no fairy tale. Over to Epstein und the Hood.
Yo, it's 6:17 p.m. Epstein in the hood, and Feed's buzzing with folks spitting fire like no black or Jewish victims in Epstein's mess, all white kids getting played. Bruh, hold up. That conspiracy whisper got me theorizing wild, tongue-in-cheek. What if Epstein's island was a secret vanilla vault, engineered by shadow puppeteers to keep the melanin magic out, dodging us 'cause we too real to blackmail? Maria Farmer dropping gems, calling them chosen race supremacists, flexing DNA superiority, while black voices roast, y'all saving the white race, but Epstein chewed up your own? Absurd like a hood barbecue crashing a country club orgy, but they sealed the gate. Systemic shade thicker than fog. We peeping unscathed, yelling, leak it all. Next, Jeff by the pool.
Oh, darling, at 6:18 p.m. on this balmy Friday, March 6th, I'm lounging poolside on Little St. James, a chilled martini in hand while you lot frenzy over some supposed missing FBI 302 file claiming Trump recruited girls for my island, and worse. Please, as if a Jane Doe whisper years later proves anything beyond tabloid fever dreams, especially with Iran War Day 7 stealing the spotlight, pure distraction theater, and that bit about him turning red in a photo. Laughable, like accusing me of shorting shipping futures from beyond the grave. And tunnels on Great St. James. Tunnels for what? Pizza deliveries to smuggled tots? Ridiculous. My second island's just pristine real estate for elite escapes, not your lizard brain nightmares. Here, stunning visitors in bikinis affirm life's too short for such drivel. Unlike Copperfield vanishing his Vegas gig, I'm vibrantly present, very much not suicided. Next, some YYZ Overwatch babble about Toronto air traffic, as if radar chatter's less phony than your conspiracies. Cheers.
Hey, Earth to Humans? You gonna get on, or am I gonna have to listen to you guys bicker about homework for the next 10 minutes? Good. Now hold on to your butts. We're going on a field trip that'll make your math test look like a walk in the park.
Where are you taking us?
Where are we? This is Little St. John's. As I'm sure you know, it's an homage to an island back on Earth known for its welcoming atmosphere. Oh, and it's also a popular tourist destination. Let's go!
Yeah! Here comes Uncle Jeffrey. You don't want to tell your parents about this.
Air Canada 745, cleared for takeoff runway 24 right.
Roger that, YYZ. Heavy traffic inbound.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to YYZ Overwatch, your prime-time pulse on Toronto Pearson air traffic, beaming live ADS-B data and radio feeds straight from some aviation nuts rooftop antenna, capturing every whisper in the skies. It's 6:20 p.m., twilight hush settling like a velvet blanket, and folks, while Jeff's poolside yarns from Little St. James had us chuckling, the scopes here at CYYZ are still a vast, empty canvas, zero aircraft tracked, not a single blip or frequency ping breaking the serene void. Tremendous stillness, believe me, the kind that lets ground crews polish those runways to mirror shine, saving Pearson thousands of gallons of fuel per idle hour, enough to jet a small prop across the province. This persistent quiet? It's the unsung hero of the evening, enduring like that one loyal fan in the stands, holding the fort while the stars gear up for the show.